Beyond every tattoo, there's a personal story, and we're here to tell it. Join us as Beyond the Tattoo will change the mainstream culture of body ink forever.
Welcome to Beyond the Tattoo. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Danny. We're in the heart of downtown Orlando.
And this is Stigma. We're super excited about Beyond the Tattoo.
You're going to get to truly see what's beyond the tattoo. That's the art and the stories behind them. Okay, so here at Stigma, we're a full custom tattoo shop. You can't come in here and pick off the walls. We don't have artwork to choose from. You come in with an idea. That's it. We design from there. We have an incredible team of artists here. There's a waiting list. You have to wait for like 4 months to get an appointment here. We're pretty lucky. We feel blessed to be as busy as we are, but it's only a testament to the work that we do. Don't think you can come in here and get anything you want though. There's a limit. You know, if you want to come in here and get something that's really dumb, like super racist, we're not going to do that. We have our morals also. We don't do facial tattoos. We don't do racist tattoos. There's boundaries we just won't cross. There was an occasion once, this kid came in, he was about to turn 18. He wanted to get a Confederate flag tattoo. Okay, Confederate flag, that's not so bad. It means different things to different people. But then he wanted a noose from it, and under the noose he wanted Southern justice. I mean, there's just no way in hell we're touching that, not a chance. Sad thing is, he probably went somewhere and got it.
I tell another crazy one. Think about it for a second.
I know the one, I just don't know if it's, I'll say it and you can either use it or not. So there's this other occasion, this dude comes in, he looks like a tattoo artist, I mean he's covered in tattoos, and straight up he asks, who does the crazy shit? Who does the stuff that's like off the wall? We all kind of look at Charles, yeah, he kind of does some off the wall stuff here and there, and then the guy comes out with what he wants. He wants, on his ribs, big, he wants a priest sitting in the Pope's chair with a little boy sitting on his lap. We are like, jaws drop, we are like, you've got to be kidding. So then he looks at another artist, that artist is like, not me man, I'm not touching it. Then he looks at me, I'm like, hell no, not a chance. And obviously we didn't do that, but same thing, he probably got it somewhere. Okay, so we've obviously got the Stigma tattoo there. Charles did that. This is my risk reward sleeve. It's all about the risk you take and hoping to reap the rewards. Obviously riding is always a risk. I ride Ducati. My dad used to ride Triumph. It's my dad up there. British flag and kind of like the turmoil that Britain's in a bit. And playing card. This is the Serenity Prayer. This is, I'm not a recovering alcoholic or anything, but that's kind of the way I live, you know. So this arm's more on the traditional side. This is JB, this is the last piece I got. JB did this. Got the tattoo machine in there, the Rose, my daughter, Amelia Rose is her name. And this we're still working on, you know, so this is more about my family and the struggle to succeed. You know, pets and kids I've got. A lot of room here. It's all designed. JB's designed it all. It's got some killer artwork going. We just got to fill it in.
So we have pole dance classes where you can come every week. You can learn how to move, you can dance, you get fit. You don't have to have any dance experience. I never did. It's really fun. You connect with other women, there's music. It's not like going to the gym and running on a treadmill and sweating and feeling like crap when you leave. You actually feel good, you learn something new, and you actually feel confident. So it's a really fun workout / dance class.
Let your leg take you off. Squeeze. Your right knee needs to be over. So here at Stigma Tattoo Bar, I like to teach women how to be sexy and to feel empowered and inspired through the art of pole fitness. So some of the things I teach in class are as basic as how to walk around the pole, which you think would actually be really simple, but it's not. There's a trick to it. I believe it takes only 2 steps to get around the pole, not 7. Look at the difference. If you're all the way out here, that's not very cute. You're doing too much. You're working too hard. Get a nice clean grip on it and let the weight of your body swing you around the pole. Have fun, feel yourself, touch yourself, love yourself. There's a big difference between just walking around like this. It's not as cute, right? We teach pole climbs. So everything from a basic pole climb to an invert, maybe an outside leg hang, right? What about a butterfly? Fun, right? Martini, which is pretty easy. Even a split, flexibility.
I'm Jared Ballheis, and I'm a filmmaker, and I recently wrapped production on my first documentary that's going to be going out for national release called Blood for Blood. The focus of it is Stigma Tattoo Parlor and what they did when they shut down the weeks following the Pulse nightclub shooting and gave out the tattoos in exchange for the $50 donations. When I graduated high school, I went straight into the Marines, served 6.5 years, and one of the units that I was with was 2nd Battalion, 7th Marines, and with those guys we went to Afghanistan in 2008, kind of like when we, I don't know what the term is, like re-invaded Afghanistan. I mean, we never really left, but it was it became a big deal again. And we were over there and we were an expeditionary unit. We had no support. It was just us basically living in our trucks for 9 months, pushing through the western part of the country. And it was a nasty deployment. We dropped more ordnance in our deployment than any deployment has since Vietnam. We had casualties left and right we had some of the highest injury rates out of any unit. It was rough. It was really rough. And since coming home, it hasn't gotten any easier. As of right now, 2-7, specifically the year of 2008, that group of guys, we currently have the highest suicide rate out of any military unit in history. 4 times the amount of what the average is. And every week, every other week, I'm getting a phone call of another guy that took his own life. And so to commemorate the men that we lost over there and the men that we keep losing, I've been wanting to get my unit's crest ever since I was in the unit, just couldn't find the right artist, couldn't find the right design, couldn't find the right look. And I finally found Catherine Sinkornrat, known as Katie the Lady, who apprenticed here at Stigma, and I loved her style, and her work was the only thing worthy of doing justice to what this tattoo meant for me. And so I ended up going with her. We worked a custom design, some artistic interpretation of the unit's crest, and now it's almost finished, one more sitting, and it's basically covering my entire lower leg. So my unit, 2-7 Weapons Company, we were called the Dealers of Death, and basically our symbol was just this really evil, sadistic looking jester, and he's got the 4 aces, and on the face of each ace is the weapon systems that our company specialized in, from the mortars, the tow missiles, and the Mark 19, and that's basically what it is you got the jester and he's the dealer. And on the back with the rest of these cards in here, with the numerical values, that stands for something, where the ace stands for 1st Marine Division, the 2 is 2nd Battalion, the 7 is 7th Marines Regiment, and we deployed in 2008. And then the numerical value of all of these added up with the King, Queen, Jack, 6, and then these ones is the 54 brothers that I've lost combined in combat or suicide. And so it's kind of got the unit that I was with combined with the guys that I've lost. And it really sucks to say this, but there's a reason that there's a big gap along the back here, because over the next couple of years, I'm going to have to be adding more cards to keep up with the guys that keep taking their lives.
My name is Super Dave. I work for Orlando's rock station 1011 WJRR. I'm a loyal Stigma tattoo customer because it's the best place in town and it's the best place anywhere. Danny here, the owner, has done this entire arm all the way up, all the way across my chest, and was so displeased with previous work that he redid this entire arm. So that was an uneventful, painful experience that I lived through twice. And then he actually did my leg as an art project piece, completely freehand, and it's been documented in many pictures of just my leg piece. We're currently in the process of working on my entire back. I've got a cross from the bottom of my neck to about the top of my butt crack, and we're working on a whole piece that we found some inspiration from. We're drawing inspiration, but Danny's gonna use his artistic license and pretty much build the whole thing as he goes, which I love letting Danny do, and I obviously have the trust in him in his work and the quality of his workmanship to be able to do anything he wants, and it's gonna be there for life. The only thing on my arm was my actual Super Dave tattoo, and Danny and I decided from the elbow down we were going all music, and from the top up we were going all Superman, so that's why we have Superman underneath there, the Kryptonite, the comic strip look. We've got the Fortress of Solitude up there, but then we go into my music part with my, obviously, radio headphones and radio mic, my band logo that I was in, 1/4-inch plug for the, and then right at the edge, that is the Pulse tribute with 6/12/16 for the Pulse victims. That was, I was actually on the air that day. I went to the radio station to cut a commercial, and instead of just being there to cut a commercial, we were there for 7 hours covering all the Pulse updates and everything else. It was probably the hardest day I've ever been on the radio. I love the pole dancing lessons. It's great when you come down here and get tattooed and there's a class going on, except for when you look like this and you kind of get banned from being part of the thing, and then you walk in one day and there's a sign that says 180-pound weight limit, and you kind of feel like it's all fingers pointed at you.
My name is Kenzie.
My name's David.
And this is my dad. While we don't have matching tattoos, he does have tattoos that represent me, and I have one that represents him.
Right.
So I think that's about it at the moment.
Right.
Yeah. I have a human heart on my arm that was done by Danny almost 2 years ago now, and it represents him in the sense that he was a scrub tech in college, and he worked with open heart surgeons, and when I was little he would show me how the heart worked, and he would dissect cow hearts with me, and he even taught my science classes in middle school the structure of the heart and about different diseases that affect it. And then
on my chest I have her portrait from, I guess, 5.5 years ago in a paw print that was really supposed to be 2 tattoos for me. One of her and then one of my son on the other side, same paw print.
And you also have the Disney characters.
She is Little Mermaid and my son is Eeyore.
My ribs I got done over Thanksgiving this past year, and
it's a Baylor bear.
Yeah.
Or it's a bear
It's
done
a bear.
in flowers, and then I just had this one done and finished. I only have this one with a little bit of color, and then Red Riding Hood with a little bit of color. Everything else is in grayscale. The Red Riding Hood was literally something that Danny wanted to do. We have German Shepherds and we have a wolf dog. So we've been fascinated with wolves, as you can see, pretty much up and down my arm and on the inside. But Little Red Riding Hood is just calling the wolves.
So I got a pretty crazy story. It kind of all started out right here. Recently I've been doing a bunch of stuff for the Discovery Channel. You might notice me from Naked and Afraid XL. I also did a show called Built to Survive. And the whole reason I got on those shows was because of Danny and Kelly Wells. They called me up and they had a producer in here that's like, hey, you know anybody with a smart mouth that can hunt and fish and do cool shit? And they're like, I know just a guy. So they called me up, and ever since then I've been doing my artwork. I've been doing my thing, and without them and their friendship, I wouldn't be where I am today. My artwork and the outdoors are 2 things that I love, and I've immersed my entire self into it. And I've been successful at it. I think if you do put yourself into what you believe in and what you really love to do, you're destined to be successful at it. You know, it's killjoy all day long, every day. It's hard, it's loud, it's bright colors, it's hard lines. You know what it is, and you're gonna see it as soon as you come into a room. My first tattoo, and it's on my side, and it's almost 3 feet long. You know, and then soon after that, we did Gabriel on my other side, and it's close, soon enough, we're gonna be doing my back piece, which we've been working on for like a year, probably 3 years now. The back piece is an old Renaissance painting that they found in a church. It's when Jesus descends into hell, and there's literally 100 characters in it, and it's lifelike, it's realism, it's Renaissance period art, and it's gonna be a copious piece of artwork on my back. Animal House doesn't have shit on Stigma.
I'm Charles Fernandez. I've been doing tattoos here at Stigma for about 6 years now. My style is mostly abstract, watercolor. I do a lot of realism, a little bit of everything. A long time ago, I got in a little bit of trouble with the law, and tattooing is one of the few things I could do that was pretty lenient about that. So got into it and just been going ever since.
My name is Stacy. I am the bar manager here at Stigma. These are from Danny, and they are pretty awesome. I told him, this is your arm. I trust whatever you want to do with it, and he killed it. And I get stopped everywhere I go asking about my tattoos. Yeah, I don't wear much jewelry, but a lot of people display their art, as it's been said, and some people wear it. And this is pretty awesome to wear. I can't wait to see what else he has in store for this. Can't wait to see what else I want to put here.
My name is Juan Bautista. I go by JB. Most people know me as JB. I started working here at Stigma about 8 months ago. I'm the tattoo manager. I'm very passionate about what I do. I feel like it's incredibly gratifying as an artist. I came from the graphic design world, where sometimes you design something, it serves a purpose, and then it's done. Whereas tattoos last forever, so they stay with the person forever. And it's just something gratifying about being able to put a piece of art on someone that they're gonna see for the rest of their life. Even if you don't cross paths anymore, it's the only tattoo you ever did on them, but 20 years from now, they may forget my name, but they'll remember the experience. The tattoo's still on their body, so it's always appreciated.
I can say I've never really had any negative reactions about mine or anything. Most people think they're really pretty, and even my own grandmother changed her mind about tattoos a little bit when she saw mine. She said she doesn't like them, but she doesn't like them on me, but she thinks they're beautiful, and she didn't think of them that way before. So I think it's a good thing to bring it out into the public a little bit more.
I actually started working downtown here, and I've been hanging out at the shop, getting tattooed. I would come by, have a drink after work. Got familiar with the artist, got familiar with Danny, and a few years after that, after I met everybody, he was looking for an apprentice. So Charles suggested I come in here, give tattooing a try. I never thought about it, but I figured it was worth a shot. I definitely appreciate the shop and the artist. It's been a hell of a ride.
I am definitely not anywhere near as close to the level or status, if you will, of RuPaul. I would not consider myself a drag queen. I respect that art style too much because you have to live, breathe, eat, sleep, drag. I mean, I'm pretty beautiful, so when I do drag. Why would I put a squirrel on my neck? Okay, so I grew up watching this movie. It was based off of a comic, Little Nemo and the Adventures in Slumberland, and the boy had a tiny little flying squirrel named Icarus. So I grew up loving that TV show, or the movie, and then my dad also had 2 flying squirrels in college. So when I got to college, I also got a flying squirrel. So I had one, her name was Lilu Manai Lekatribalumina Chai Kwate Sibat from The Fifth Element. Stigma is definitely my dream job. Tattooing is my passion. That's what I love to do.
I'm Joey. I'm the oldest twin, 21 minutes older. We're both from Wisconsin, Milwaukee. I moved down here in '98 to be a stuntman.
I'm Jimmy. I'm 21 minutes younger. I work for Disney doing security. I came out of the Marine Corps and I came down here to live with him.
Before I joined the Navy, I got 2 Asian tattoos, which I thought meant strength and courage. It actually meant like ugly dog or something like that. And so when I met Kelly, I was walking on stilts for 5K. And her and I were talking, and she mentioned that her husband does tattoos. I said, I have 2 tattoos I really need to fix. And Danny, I had 2 military tattoos done, a builder symbol and then a bomb builder symbol for the 2 jobs I did in the Navy. So he did that. He did a military tattoo I have on my leg. My twin brother and I both got twin tattoos, why not, on our legs. And then he did a huge back mural to cover up another very ghetto tattoo I got when I was like 18. I got Joey on my back. I thought that was tough.
That was cool. No, it wasn't. Danny's done almost all my work, so I only trust him with my work. So he's, I had a cover up here. It was like a giant goldfish looking thing. It was supposed to be a Christian symbol. It looked horrible. So he created this freehand on me. Created this on me. And then we decided to make a whole arm piece. So he's gonna create a whole like armored looking piece for me. He also did, he also put my mother's name back on this side. He did my chest piece, which is Death Before Dishonor, or 2 skulls. So I went everywhere and nobody could cover it up, and he did it in 1, 2, 3, and did it freehand, so it's amazing.
I joined the circus after coming back from Iraq, and I walked on stilts for the circus, so I had perfect balance on my arms, and I had bubbles. And so I feel like I'm going to be 40, and bubbles are not the way to go at 40. So I kind of want something that kind of represents me, more tough, exciting, crazy. And so I like the biometric stuff that he does, so more like robotic, crazy, tough guy, like if he had a tougher twin.
It's not a mistake for me. It's something that symbolizes me. I have my mother's name, my father's name, the Marine Corps. I'm half Puerto Rican and American, my last name. Everything on me, I have a back tattoo that says, God break my heart to what breaks yours. So everything is personal to me. I don't have nothing that's a mistake.
Yeah, same thing with me. I feel like tattoos are almost like a good song that takes you back to a memory. And so every one of my tattoos is a memory that I have. It's like a piece of me that when I'm having a bad day or I'm struggling through something, I can look at that moment and go, I got past that. That's, you know, a lot of my tattoos, military and family and stuff like that, they're all a piece of me. And so it's almost like looking at a book of me. And so when somebody asks me a question and asks me why I got that tattoo, there's always a story that's associated with it. There's always been such a stigma on tattoos. A lot of jobs require people to cover up their tattoos. And I think there's more people that have tattoos than maybe 40 years ago. You know, it isn't a thing with like gangsters and like thugs. It's, you know, artists and sports stars and, you know, just regular family people. I know a lot of friends of mine that are clean cut and they have their, you know, kids' name tattooed on them, or someone who passed away, or military. I think that having a show that represents the other side, to take you away from the bad look of tattoos and open it up to everybody has them now.
It's a symbol of pride now. It's not something that you hide away. You know, I'm proud of these tattoos. I'm proud of everything I've done.
So everyone assumes that because of the kind of business we run, with tattoo artists. She's a pole instructor. We have a bar. Everyone just assumes that we have this crazy lifestyle. And I'm not saying it doesn't have its moments. It has its moments. Obviously, it goes with the territory. But our real life is very different from that.
We have 4 kids. Our oldest is going to be 21 this year, and our youngest is actually only going to be 2 this year. So we have big gaps. Our youngest son has special needs. So I'm home with them most of the time. I'm working from home, helping promote here, dealing with problems, customers, things like that. But it's actually very different to what people probably expect it to be. But I wouldn't change it for the world. We get to have the fun and we meet amazing people. But our life at home is very different to what people probably imagine it to be.